the reason that he would be coming back next week, aside from being paid, is he has to be back in time to get an accredited season this year. Now, if he comes back October 30th and the Steelers leave him on the exempt list and don't activate him for 2 weeks, which they could do, then he would ensure the fact that he could hit free agent status after this year. He collects his money. Again, keep in mind that he has not signed his franchise tender and could not be traded until he signs that franchise tender. And he cannot sign an extension this year because the deadline is passed. He cannot sign a new deal until after the season. The Steelers are still open to dealing him. He plans to come back in just over a week, according to Jeremy Fowler. And even if he comes back at that point in time, look, the Steelers play the Falcons today. That is not a layup. And they play at Cincinnati next week. By the time he gets back, it's possible that their season could almost be on the brink or over, depending on what happens the next 2 weeks. So it's a very difficult situation, still fluid. There's not a team out there that's willing to trade for him right now, but we don't know what type of injuries any team is going to incur before the October 30th trade deadline.
Yeah, Rex, this wasn't a typical holdout situation because, as we talked about on the show before, guys in the locker room were pretty vocal about their displeasure with all this. Guys talking about his money, all of that. He's coming back into what, I guess, putting it mildly, is an awkward situation. As a head coach, how do you handle it? What do you say to this guy when he shows back up if that happens?
Well, you hope to get an opportunity to talk to him privately. And then you can air out whatever your disagreements or whatever, just so you leave, on the same page where he understands you and you understand each other. But the acceptance that Mike Tomlin shows LeVeon Bell is going to be important in the locker room, I think. And so, obviously you like to sit back, hey, let's put your arm around him and let's go. But is it going to solve all their problems? Even if he comes back, I don't think so, unless he can play both ways, because their defense can't stop anybody.
Horrible.
So, I don't know. It's interesting. The locker room generally handles all these type of things, whether it's a guy off a suspension, a holdout, whatever. And they're going to be the ones that accept this player back or not.
I believe that the locker room, everybody in helmets are going to be walking on eggshells because of the comments, the things that were said this offseason. What Le'Veon Bell are they getting when he comes in? Is he coming to work or is he coming to collect the check? So, Coach, I would have to agree with you that you always hear me say this. It starts at the top. So the head coach, Mike Tomlin, he has 53 guys to lead each and every week. So it's up to him as the main guy in that office to bring everybody and put everybody on the same page. Because like you said, can Le'Veon Bell play both sides of the ball? So like I said, they're walking on eggshells there. It could be the littlest thing, one comment, one thing to set off, even in practice or in the game. So I think that Mike Tomlin's going to have to do a great job of bringing his team back down to reality to get them back focused on football.
Yeah, I think initially, there could be some tension, like you say, going into the locker room. But at the same time, look, we're all professionals. We're all here to do a job. I don't have to like you to go out there and do my job.
Right.
If I'm the offensive lineman, I'm out there trying to make a living just the way Le'Veon Bell is trying to make a living. So him coming back to the team, I don't think it'll be a distraction. But I think, to Randy's point, what happens down the line somewhere where, you're all together, maybe you're at a team function or you're out at the club or something, and everything's going well, the drinks are flowing, and somebody who's around you said, man, I don't like dude was talking about your money, man. I don't like that. And then all of a sudden a word is said and things snap, you know what I'm saying? And then you go back and forth that way. So I think it can be a tricky situation, but as far as guys, him coming back and being able to do his job, he's a heck of a player. He'll be able to do it. And the guys in the locker room, they'll be able to do their job, too, and they'll get over it.
You heard at the beginning with Pouncey, the center, saying, hey, I blocked for Le'Veon for so many years, so I'm welcoming him back with open arms. I wish the whole team was feeling like that, because just listening to some of the things that we heard throughout the summer, the whole team is not feeling like that. But when you have a leader in Pouncey to come out with a comment like that, it's just sad.
But that's recent. That was not his mindset early in the year.
Yeah, you wish you would have said that earlier.
Back then. Back then.
Before some of those other things were said,
exactly.
that sort of poisoned the water a little bit
right.
and certainly changed the way things were viewed.